Chapter 8. Scanning nearby trees and faces of people, nothing appeared out of the ordinary. Was I being paranoid? If they hadn't shown up yet, a few more hours wouldn't make a difference. After all, maybe Molly's search hadn't alerted anyone, and I worried for nothing. Large letters edged the top of the Central Park Zoo, and a ginormous grayish-orange clock towered in the distance. I opened and closed my mouth to protest. "Come on, Thanatos." Molly grabbed my arm, and I let her yank me forward. "You're gonna love it." "Sure I will." Inside, the zoo smelled like caged animals and mucky water. Hundreds of people milled about. Kids sat along a waist-high wall, bordering flower beds filled with Korean mums. In the center, a crowd has gathered around a large octagonal tank with clear sides. The source of the filthy water, I thought. Above the tank, a flag with a picture of sea lions whipped in the wind. Why hasn't it rained yet? The clouds were still thick in the sky, but they thinned in the distance. I was banking on the rain more than ever, giving Molly a legitimate reason to leave. Observing the confines, I couldn't help but notice all the signs with animal outlines. Animals that shouldn't be here, caged for the rest of their lives. To my left was a cafe, and on my right, a gift shop lined with red brick. Molly unfolded the shiny map and pointed to the left. "The temperate territory. Let's go." She smiled. I rolled my neck and followed her. She was like a kid, all giddy and not as tired as she seemed hours before. How could anyone like this place? "What is the temperate territory?" I murmured. "You'll just have to suffer with anticipation," she said over her shoulder. "Now catch up." As I picked up speed, a visceral feeling slithered down my spine, and I quickly spun around. Running my eyes over every face, I skimmed the dense area, my hands tingling. In my peripheral, something moved, and I flung my hand outward to stop the danger. But the danger was a kid, and my elbow bumped off his chest. He had jumped out from the bushes to scare his friend. Seeing my face, the two of them scurried off. "Thanatos, come on!" Molly hollered, motioning for me to hurry. Goosebumps prickled my neck. On alert, I caught up quickly so she didn't yell my name again. For once, I wish she'd call me Kent, something that wouldn't draw attention from anyone that may be following us. A pergola lined the pathway to the entrance with 2 brick pillars on either side. A green flag waved from a pole. Temperate territory. The exhibit didn't sound so bad. "Ready for some pandas?" Pandas. The moment I entered the pathway, the humidity was thick and smelled of wet earth. Barriers and giant cages sprang off one long, curvy path. One enclosure held a snow leopard, pacing across the edge of a pond. I stepped closer, pressing my palms to the glass as I stared at him. His muscles rippled beneath his spotted fur, and he exited beneath a small opening into a tunnel. "Probably feeding time," Molly whispered. Another leopard appeared from behind a leafy plant, heading to the tunnel too, but the door slid shut before he reached it. Swallowing, I said, "Let's keep moving." As we exited the territory, Molly pulled me by the arm toward the tropic zone, a separate building. A sign filled with bats, birds, and snakes stuck out of the ground next to the entrance. "Someone's liking the zoo, huh?" she asked, nudging my side as I opened the door rather hurriedly. A wall of cold air floated over my arms. My need to enter had nothing to do with enjoying the zoo. I wanted this over with, and to leave here as quickly as possible. The door slowly closed behind us. I paused mid-step when I heard the kind of scream that I'd heard numerous times before. The kind of scream that sent bone-shivering chills up people's arms. Molly grabbed my shoulder, her nails digging into my shirt. "What was that?" The scream was muffled since we were inside a building, but as soon as one yell resonated, more joined in. Like a rippling effect filled with wails and screeches, it became louder and louder, amplified by the glass walls and concrete floors. The glass doors of the tropic zone swung open. Hordes of people trampled inside. Why were they running? I squared my shoulders, ready for whatever was about to happen. If my family were here, I wouldn't go without a fight. But the doors closed, and nobody attacked me. "I'll be right back," I said flatly, tearing from Molly and moving toward the door. "Stay here." Shoving through the crowd, I forced my way outside. Running down the pergola path, I spotted the problem.